Here we have an original 1970 Torino Cobra. It's a factory N code 429 C6 automatic. It's got a factory 325 traction lock, nodular case, 31 spline axles. It's bright gold metallic with the ginger knitted vinyl bucket seats. It's got power steering, power disc brakes. It was originally delivered on the Marty Report with white letter tires, color keyed racing mirrors, and deluxe belts and warning lights. It's a really clean car. It's always been a Washington car. No rust ever. No patch panels. It has had one repaint, but the door jambs inside the trunk, inside fender lips, all original paint. It shows 22,000 miles on the odometer, and by looking at everything, it's got 122, and certainly wouldn't be more than that. It's never been restored. It's never been taken apart. Like I said, it's had the original the one repaint and a few minor modifications, but really overall it's pretty clean, stock, drives really nice. It's really a fantastic car. It has had the shaker hood, or the shaker added, and the louvers, I don't know if they're original or not. They're not listed on the Marty, so they may have been added at one point. Has the original trim rings and caps on the 14 by 7 inch wheels. Underneath those rings and caps is still the original gold painted wheels. All the chrome is original. It's certainly not perfect, but it shows really well. Glass is original, even the windshield's still original. It's not matching number, but it does have a correct 429 with dove heads, the correct dove heads. Very straight body, not even a door ding on it. Paint's probably 10 or 15 years old, but the car has been rarely driven in that time. This car has clearly been garaged its entire life. Nice body lines, the hood, you know, like so many of these Torino hoods are bowed. This one isn't. Doors open and shut like new. Like I said, original paint in the door jambs. Very clean and original. Paint is very nice. It's presentable. I hate to call it driver quality because I really think it's better than that. Wouldn't call it show quality, but it's really nice. Great weekend cruiser. No apologies for the paint and the body on this car, but wouldn't call it perfect. Windshield does have a slight scratch at the top and real minor rock chips, because like I say, it is original, but you don't even really notice when you're driving. The scratch doesn't go very long. It really ends right there. It's very short. Almost don't even notice it. No rust anywhere. No bubbles. Nothing. No rust in the door corners. Real nice seams on the quarter. No rust in the lower quarters, just Again, super clean on this side. Nice seam there between the quarter and the rocker. No rust, no bubbles. Of course, a few minor little rock chips behind the wheel. Common, typical stuff, but really, really clean. Like I say, the chrome is original and presents very well. You know, minor, of course, you know, scratches in it, but not pitted like most. Not redone. The hood is done properly in the semi-gloss. It's got the correct corners, the correct spacing and dimensions. So many of these are incorrect, whether it's the way they did the dimensions and the corners or the sheen of the black, but this one is correct. I actually had the black done because whoever painted the car for some reason didn't have the blackout done, so I know it was done correctly. It does have a couple minor little scratches right there from the neighbor's cat. Love cats, but really it looks great. Really nice set of louvers, original louvers. Not bent, not cracked. One of the nicest sets I've seen. Really, really clean. Take a look at the interior. First, look at the door. Original paint in the door jambs. Can't really read the door decal anymore, but I do have a Marty report. You can see it's not cracked out around the latch like so many of them are. Doors just open and shut beautifully. One tiny little tear on the door panel there. Other than that, they're really good shape. Real clean, of course, on the underside of the doors, just like the rest of the car. Rest of the door jamb, very clean, original paint. Just like you want them. Has had a little bit of interior work done. The dash pad has been recovered, it looks like. And the carpet appears to have been replaced. Upholstery is original. It's just starting to separate right there. Could easily be stretched and repaired by an upholstery shop, which I would do to keep the original, nice original upholstery. Has older aftermarket stereo and some gauges, but other than that, it's pretty clean and original. It is factory buckets, factory column shift. Has the automatic seat releases. Has looks like factory defrost, and which are for our call works, and some aftermarket speakers. Really nice package tray, not warped, not stained, just really, really clean. Really nice. Nice headliner. Don't see any rips at all. See, it's showing 22,000 miles. I'm very confident that that's 122 based on everything on this car. How original, how clean it is, how nice it drives, how tight, how quiet, everything. Everything works in this car. Interior light. Horn. Start it up. Gas gauge works accurately. I don't know if you can hear that, but the rear defrost works on both high and low. Turn signals work. Temperature gauge works. Stereo works. Hazard lights work. Pretty much, I think everything. I don't think there's anything on the car that doesn't work electrically properly. Take a look under the hood. $429 with the correct dove heads. It has been upgraded to a 460 crank, and it's got some hooker headers, a Holley carb, pretty much stock or mild RV cam. Engine has real low miles on it. You can see how it's freshly painted, top and bottom. Not something that could be done with the engine installed. Runs great, no smoke, great oil pressure, no noise at all. Start it cold, no noise of any kind. Runs really well. It's not matching number. But it's very clean. It's original fenders on it. The shaker was added. Obviously it's not a Cobra Jet, it's a Thunder Jet. But you can see still the original paint on the original bolts in there on the fender well or fender lip. That gold is original paint. Underside of the hood has been repainted, it appears. Nice Cobra grill. Looks like it's got all the mounting tabs, which is pretty unusual. Take a look at the underside. It's extremely clean. Really no rust at all down here. You can see that the engine has really low miles. See the suspension. It's been replaced. Both upper and lower control arms have been done. Front brakes have been done recently. Like I said, all original floors. I mean, there's a spot of factory primer underneath the undercoating. You could probably just take a plastic scraper and get this undercoating off, and has a really nice factory red oxide primered undercarriage. Somebody must have put a jack on the floor pan reinforcement there. It's a little tweak. It's not a frame rail. Don't jack your Torino up with that. It's just a floor pan support. That's a. It seems like almost every Torino you see has that. It'll easily fixed. Doesn't affect anything. It's not a frame or anything. All original floors, no patches. Just as nice as you can get. Super clean. Obviously been garaged its whole life. Hasn't been exposed to the northwest rain. Drop-offs are excellent. Of course, the frame rails, everything else. Excellent condition, as you would expect. Of course, has the end case rear end, but I don't think I'll be able to see it with this. There is a picture of it on the ad. Can't get the camera up there. Driver's side, or excuse me, passenger side drop off. Again, excellent condition. No rust in the wheel wells. No patches. See, nice crisp lines. Again, wheel wells on this side. Looks fantastic. Take a look on the trunk. It's extremely nice and original. No rust. Original trunk weather stripping still. No rust over the taillights in those corners where they so often rest. Original trunk mat. Original spare, jack, everything. Original paint on the trunk. You can see where the jack decal was on the underside of the trunk. Just super clean in here. Probably one of the nicest you'll find. Trunk floor, just outstanding. You can see where it's bare metal around that plug. It's one way you can tell is, and then just look, there's just a little bit of surface rust, but some of it's still clean bare metal. That just shows you how clean this car was, or is, and that it's been garaged its whole life. It still has the original trunk filler boards. There's the numbers on the bottom of the trunk mat. Super clean in here. No rust ever, no patch panels. It does have a little couple spots. Looks like it must have had a little minor crease right there. You can see where they drilled and pulled it out. That's the only thing I can find on the entire car, and that's obviously very minor. Still wiring, still taped down from the factory. Everything just amazingly clean. Passenger side is just as clean. Original paint. Again, you can see the bare metal from the factory around that plug. Still bare metal, not even barely any rust. Again, same thing on the quarter on this side. Looks like there was must have been a small amount of damage right there. Real minor. Hadn't even noticed that before now. We're gonna take the Torino for a drive. Drives really nice, tight. Engine runs great. Transmission works well. Nice and quiet on the highway. No wind noise, no rattles. Drives straight, smooth, no vibration. You can see the steering wheel is not vibrating. We're doing 60 and it's nice and smooth. Another reason you can tell the car has never been apart. Cars that have been restored, just you can never get them to drive like this. Nothing drives like an original car. The 325 gears are really nice gear for the highway. They come out of the hole nice with this much torque, of course, but nice on the highway. You're not revving too high. Runs good. Overall, this is just a great car. Needs nothing really to drive it the way it is. I bought it about a year ago with the intention of selling it, but I actually like this car so much I've driven it quite a bit. I've replaced all the brake hydraulics, done a few things to get it back on the road since it was driven so little over the last 10 or so years, but it just runs and drives great now. Great looking car. Gold is really pretty. It's kind of an unusual color for these. Just don't find them this clean and original and mostly untouched.